One. Hey, good afternoon, college coaches, or good morning, depending on where you're at. This is Coach Anthony Williams, founder and CEO of Connected Athletics. We are a new startup company based in Austin, Texas, and we're focused on creating technology and technology platforms to connect student athletes with other student athletes as they build up their network going through the recruiting process. We also want to connect student athletes with college coaches because of this very different COVID-19 recruiting cycle that we're in. But most importantly, we're focused on having student athletes successfully transition from high school to college and then into a career either in the NFL if they're blessed to do so, or into a career involving their major. We're starting out today with another fast rising prospect in the class of 22. Marcus Hurd is a DB in the class of 22 from Rudder High School here in Texas. He is 5'10" and a half, 175 pounds. He has a 4.0 GPA, which I love. I can't wait to hear more about. Obviously, he's an honor student. He was honorable mention all district, and he was voted defensive DB MVP on his team. Marcus, how you doing this morning?
Doing excellent. I'm blessed. Yes, sir.
Yeah, I'm blessed too, man. I'm really appreciate you coming on and telling your story on our podcast. I'm really interested in hearing more about you. I've watched your video many times, been evaluating you, but I want to hear more about you. So let's just jump right in here for these coaches. I mentioned the GPA, Marcus. It stands out, man. It's huge. Tell us about the importance that you put on your academics.
Very important. I'm not really when it's school time. I'm locked in like just like I would be in before an important game. When it comes down to getting my grades, I'm very serious. A lot of other students are like, why are you so uptight about the grades? And it comes from being my mom, my dad. Hey, is that homework done? Hey, is that project done? Hey, that could be a little bit better. Hey, that sentence right there is not correct. And it's just taking it that serious, that standpoint with my parents said that it's at the foundation for me to where now it's built in, it's instilled in me to where this assignment, it might be due Thursday. Today is Tuesday. I'm gonna have it done already. So.
Yeah.
Yes,
Well, Marcus, it sounds like you put as much importance on your academics as you do in your athletics and trying to be the best football player you can be, your speed, your strength. Talk about some of the sacrifices that it takes to have a 4.0 GPA.
Oh, it's a big sacrifice. I really don't go to parties anyways, but I have to sacrifice a lot of time going, I have my friends might ask, hey, you want to go to the park? You want to go hoop or something like that? I have to pass. I say I have a test or I study for something that is coming up, or it's staying after school for tutorials or getting that extra curriculum or extra credit or something like that to some extent, instead of, going home and getting on the game or getting online with my friends. So that's a big sacrifice of mine.
Yeah, for those players watching who would love to have a 4.0 GPA like Marcus, the one thing I can tell you is you've got to put as much effort into that. You will put your time into things that are important to you. And I know a lot of players are putting more time into their 40 and their footwork and all this other stuff. But because of Marcus's 4.0 GPA, his radar, his recruiting window is bigger. I mean, the better your academics, the more options you're going to have in recruiting. So kudos to you, Marcus, and your parents on putting so much focus on and really having that strong GPA, because you are a student before you're an athlete. So kudos to you. Hey, keeping on this academic standpoint, I know COVID-19 washed out a lot of the SAT and ACT tests. Do you have a scheduled upcoming SAT or ACT coming up?
I had it scheduled before the epidemic came upon. But now I believe it got pushed back. I had it after on our bye week, but now that our bye week is moved, I don't know how that's going to be. I don't know how that's going to happen now. I talked with my counselor, my advisor about the SATs, but I believe it should be moved back to our bye week. They usually do it on football players' bye week. That's Saturday, so whenever that is, that's when I plan on taking it.
Okay. And just, I always like to ask, have you taken it before? And if you have, what do you think your score, what score are you aiming for?
I haven't took it. I took the PSAT. I aim for, I really don't know like the highest mark, honestly. I've taken it like twice and my teacher told me I've done like excellent, but I really don't know like the scale.
Yeah.
So I would just aim I probably aim for the highest I could go.
Yeah.
So whatever
Just so
that
you
may be.
know, the SAT max score is 1600. A good solid score. If you're around 1,000 with a standard GPA of 3.0, you're pretty good. But with you being a 4.0, I mean, you can pretty much score what you want. But I know you want to be competitive in that, get the highest score you can. So it's good to know. Hey, tell us at this time with that GPA that you have. Shout out any teachers, counselors, APs, or tutors who have helped you keep your academics at such a high mark.
I have a lot of teachers. My teachers from this year, my ninth grade teachers, Mrs. Welch, Coach Casper. He was a baseball coach, but he was an excellent teacher. Mrs. Mrs. Porter, Miss Gordy. I have a lot of teachers. My APs, Mr. Colvin, Miss Palmer, Mr. Robinson. I have a lot of teachers. I really helped me along as long as my APs and my counselors too. So
Great, that's good to hear. Thanks for shouting them out. Hey, tell these college coaches, Marcus, what type of learning style you have both in the classroom and studying the game of football. Are you more of a verbal, visual, or hands-on learning style?
a lot a lot of hands on. I learn like I have to mess up I have to mess up. I have to do it myself and see, hey, what I went wrong rather than watching, because I can visually learn some things like math and those other type of stuff, but I'm best learning when I'm hands on and making mistakes and building repetition and stuff like that.
Yeah. Hey, what are some of your favorite classes and subjects that drive your GPA? What are some of those you really enjoy?
Math. I don't. A lot of people in geometry. I don't. It's a lot of people that's like, how you so good at this? I don't honestly. I don't know, because like geometry is more with angles and shapes,
Hmm.
but I'm really good at that. And history, I could. History is a lot of note taking and listening, and I'm very good at history. I probably never made lower than 94 in any history class I've taken since since elementary. So I'm really good at history.
Well, it's funny you mentioned that, Mark, because I always tell student athletes, as a former player and coach, football is nothing but geometry. It's all angles. And there's no reason why football players really shouldn't be good in geometry, because it's all we do. There's certain angles of steps and things, and the speed and the distance and all those things. Football is a big geometric game. So it's funny you mentioned that. Hey, do you have an idea? I know you still got 2 more years of high school, but do you have an idea what you want to major in when you do get to college?
Oh, I'm big on law. Big on law. My mom's probation officer, so I'm big on law. Real estate. I could do. I guess I'm real. I could pitch a sale. Um, Acting. I'm kind of good in the arts area. I have a character. Um, I'm undecided, honestly. I'm very versatile, so I really don't know.
No, that's
Yeah.
awesome. I mean, you got a lot of time left, you got a lot of talent, and you got the intelligence to do it. You can once you put your mind on something, I don't doubt that you'll be able to achieve it. But I love the diversity. Either law or real estate or acting. Man, I love that. So, hey, let's move on and talk about a little bit about recruiting. Tell us about obviously we're in COVID-19 right now. What have you been doing to stay in shape for the upcoming season?
Oh, a lot of working out. I do a lot of push-ups. I literally look up YouTube videos of different push-ups and sit-ups, things I could do in the house. Because before we couldn't go out to the fields, but now we're able to go to the fields. I could go with my uncle, Uncle D-Tron. I could go out and go to the field and work out, do the workouts, the sand workouts. I do a lot of sand workouts, ladder workouts. Do kind of I do a lot of conditioning in the morning. I run my around my block. My mom bought me a training mask, the oxygen mask from Academy. So I do a lot of that early in the morning, and then a lot of ladder stuff in the afternoon in the heat, so I can keep that football mind, like that football intact. The weather and stuff like that intact.
Yeah. Hey, tell us, as you go into your junior year, tell us what you consider your strengths as a defensive back and some of the things you're working on going into the season.
As a defensive back, I probably say one of my strengths is tackling. I'm a great tackler, excellent tackler. I cover a lot of space. I uh I don't
You're good. No, you're good.
I cover a lot of space. I'm good in space. I'm very physical, very physical. I probably say my weakness is I don't try. I need to learn to trusting my reads a little bit more, trusting my coaching and what I see. I tend to my sophomore year hesitate a lot, and that's probably one thing I'll probably work on going to my junior year.
Okay. One of the things I like to do with the athletes that come on the podcast is have them grade the different skills that they need to have in their position. Grading yourself right now from one being the worst and five being the best. Tell me how you grade yourself in the following skills as far as being a DB. How would you grade your stance?
My stance, I would grade that as 6.
Okay,
I'm a
about five.
great
Okay,
yes sir.
and then tell me how would you grade your jam coverage, press coverage?
Ooh, I'm really a 7, 7, 7. I need
Okay,
a 7.
okay, and then tell me how would you grade your footwork?
My footwork 7 also.
Okay, and then what about your hip fluidity?
7, a 7.
Okay, all right,
Yes sir.
and then what about using your hands? How would you grade that?
Ooh, I'm great with using my hands. I would say a 9. A 9. I'm
Okay,
very great. Good at
what
that.
about ball skills?
Ball skills, a 8.
Okay,
8. Yes
and
sir.
then you talked about being a good tackler. Tell me what would you grade yourself in your eye, your vision, using your eyes, your eye progression in the game?
A 8. 9. I've gotten a lot better over this past summer with my eyes.
Okay.
So I would say a 9.
And then two more. How would you grade your understanding of route progression?
Ooh, I've gotten I've improved a lot. My last, if this is going after, if you was asking me this in February, I probably would say a 6 too. But
Mm-hmm.
now, after these couple of months with the workouts and stuff like that, I probably would say an 8, 8 or a 9.
Okay. And then lastly, how would you grade yourself when it comes to mental preparation and mental toughness?
And 9, a 9. I've gotten a lot
Okay.
better with that too. Yes, sir.
Those are all fair grades. I appreciate you doing that. That's something that coaches are interested in. Hey, tell us, there's a lot of good DBs in class 22. Tell these college coaches how you set yourself apart from the other DBs in your class.
I'm very passionate. I'm very passionate. I'm not myself's greatest critique. I watch my film and I'm like, I made a play on this, but MJ, that I'm like, hey MJ, that you could have your stance is terrible. Hey MJ, there's too many steps right here. I'm greatest critique. I'm very prideful. I take a lot of pride in my work and how I work out and things like that. I do everything as if a college coach is standing right there at the gate. So when a college coach or someone comes to watch, it's normal to me. I don't try to kick it up a notch. Now that a college coach is here, I'm always go 110%. And I probably would say my leadership. A lot of people in my generation, it's hard to lead because it's like being a cash out. I'm okay with being different from everybody else. I'm okay with everybody looking at me different. I'm okay with being uncomfortable. I'm okay with taking the lead. And hey, sometimes taking the lead means, hey, there's a lot of pressure on you. Put a lot of pressure on myself. And sometimes being a leader, you have a lot of pressure to do the things the right way, 100 times a day. And I'm okay with that. So I think that's what sets me apart from other DBs in my class.
Okay. Another thing coaches want to understand is your relationship with your high school coaches. Tell us a little bit about your relationship with your position coach and your head coach.
My relationship. I love my coaches. You can call my mom and she'll tell you I love my coach. I talked to Coach Pose, my defensive coordinator. I talk to him every day. I can call him any time of the day and he'll answer the phone. We literally watched Last Chance U. Last Thursday? We watched Last Chance U and he made bacon burgers. So we sat there and watched Last Chance U and we watched. He sent me film stuff that he was like, hey, this is a great. You didn't make the tackle or whatever, but this right here was great. That was a great technique right here. Or hey, right here you need to fly to the ball. Hey, you need to get off the block right here. You need to use this technique here. And we talk about it all the time. We practice minor techniques as well as my my stance, and hey, this is a better angle than taking this angle right here, and things like that. Coach Wright, it's like Coach Wright is very young, so it kind of come off to like a big brother to me. So a lot of stuff we bump heads a lot of times, as you know, he's my DB coach and stuff like that. But I know he has my best interest, and he sees the best of me and myself. So he always pushes me every workout and everything like that.
Okay, good
And
stuff.
yes, sir.
So tell us, recruiting wise, who are you hearing from? Who do you want to hear from? And what's been your recruiting experience so far?
Um, I'm getting a lot of love from Rice. I've got some from Warford, southeastern Louisiana. Uh, those schools like that. I would like to see some at the end of my junior year. I would like to hear some calls from TCU, Texas, SMU. Favorite dream schools: LSU, Baylor, and schools like that.
Okay. And then what's been your recruiting experience? Is it something you're enjoying or something you dread, or how are you handling it so far going into your junior year?
Man, pretty well. I would like it to be more. I would love. I would like it to be more schools going to after my junior year around the springtime, whenever the offering period is. But as of right now, it's pretty good. I'm a lot of the mail, and it's just motivation. Hey, I'm not getting some of the schools I would like, so it's just motivation. I take it as motivation, and I put it towards my grind every day.
MJ, tell us, have you and your family sat down and kind of worked out a criteria that's going to help you decide what school you'll commit to? Is it distance from home, culture, scheme? What are things that are important to you when you make your decision?
Oh, academics. My dad is big on that. Me and my dad usually, we talk about Oregon, look at the jerseys and stuff like that. But when it comes down to MJ's recruiting, it's like, oh, they're academics. They can go 0-13 or not make a bowl game in the last 13 years. As long as the academics are right, my dad is on board. And my mom, I'm a mama's boy. So I gotta stay. I would like to stay in that range to where my parents could drive out for a game, or they don't have to fly out or whatever, and it's comfortable for them. So that's more what I'm looking to, and that's what's gonna help me make my decision.
Okay. MJ, tell these college coaches, why do you love playing football? What is it you get out of it? What are some of those? What are the life skills you're learning from it? Why do you love playing the game?
Ooh, I love playing a game. One, the physicality is just that the physicality. I love the physicality. I played flag. I started playing with flag football, and my mom would never let me play tackle. So in flag, I used to get a lot of penalties because it'll be times where I just tackle somebody or something like that. And my dad was like, you gotta pull the flag, son. And I had busted lips and stuff like that trying to tackle people. And I'm like, well, mom won't let me. She don't think I can handle it. And I try to show them, hey, I can handle it. But the life lessons you learn how to overcome obstacles, adversity. Sometimes you're gonna get knocked down. You got to get right back up because on the Friday Night Lights, it's gonna be time when you get knocked on your butt a couple of times, and it's like you just got to dust yourself off and get back to work. And there's times when you got practice tour days. Well, I don't think we'll have it this year due to the COVID-19, but it's times where my body's aching, but I got to get right back up and do it all over again. And it teaches you a lot of life lessons out of that. Yes,
MJ, you nailed it. One of the things I tell student athletes across the country, and when they come down for the All-American game every year, football is the greatest sample of what life is all about. Sometimes in life, your mom and dad, me, my wife, you get knocked down on Monday, you got to get back up and get after it on Tuesday. And I love the way you articulate that. That is exactly the great things that we learn about the game of football. Hey, you've got a lot of great teammates on your school. Take this time to shout out to these coaches. Who else in your team that they should be recruiting or taking a look at?
Oh, yes, sir. In my class alone, we got some dogs. Trey Anthony McClinton is an all-state mention. Jamarcus Jones, outside linebacker again. On my DBs, we got Quincy Daniels, Gage Swords, DeAndre Hurd, Keithron Lee. On our offense, we got some receivers. Marcus Dawes, Nathan Figures, Milton Mooring. We had some dogs at our school, some that fly under the radar, but this year I think it'll be a different outcome.
Okay. Obviously, you're a great athlete. What other sports you played in your time in high school?
Basketball. I led it in basketball last year. Track. I had a growing problem, so I had to sit out for track, and of course track. Track got cut off halfway through the year with
Yeah.
the COVID stuff. So track, I run track also. I'm a jumper, more of a jumper, and
Long
I
jump,
do the
triple jump?
400, triple jump, both. I'm actually very good at triple jump, very good
Okay.
at triple
I
jump.
feel you on that. Okay. Tell us a simple question the coach will ask you, but give it to him now. Why do you think your game translates to the college level?
Oh, um, I'm great at reading offices. I uh, I see the field a different way than other DBs. I'm very physical. I work hard, very disciplined. I can take constructive criticism. I'm a leader, and I lead by example as well as a verbal leader. I'm more I'm more of a kind of like a film nerd, I guess you would say.
Mm-hmm.
Watch a lot of film. I'm
Yeah.
watching right now. I'm watching our week 3 opponent film, just getting a heads up on the quarterback tendencies, his go-to receivers, and hey, who's the top linemen, the top guards, and hey, what are their tendencies? Hey, maybe if his guard if his hand is a little higher, hey, he's probably from the pull, or if this tackle's eyes are on me, they're probably gonna have pass protection or some type thing like that. I pick up on those little tendencies like that, and that's what I feel separates me from other DBs, and then also can give me a chance to play at the next level.
It's a great response. Let's move here as we finish up. Let's learn about you more personally. Tell these coaches, what do you do when you're not working out or playing football? What do you like to do in your spare time? Are you a video game guy? You like to hunt, fish, be out in the water? What do you do in your spare time?
Oh, I play a bit of 2K, a lot of 2K. My brother's trying to get me into Fortnite. I'm really not too big on that. I like to take my little brother outside. He wants to play basketball. He's really good at basketball, so I take him outside, put him through some drills. Uh, Downtime, I'm really just relaxing. Most of the time, I'm just watching film, watching a movie. Uh, I really don't. I really don't have any. I watch a lot of truck videos. Big on YouTube. That's probably what I do in my downtime.
Okay. And then the coaches who want to get to know you better and want to follow you on social media, what are some of the apps you spend your most time on? Are you a Twitter guy, TikTok, Instagram, or what?
I'm big. I stay on Twitter now. I stay on Twitter a lot. Uh, I made in the quarantine. I just made a TikTok, so I mean, I don't know if they use that, but I made a TikTok. I'm big on IG and Twitter, but I'm more of a IG Twitter type guy now.
Okay. And then obviously, we're all, athletes. We like to work out to our favorite music or in pregame. Tell these coaches what kind of music do you listen to get you hype, and what are some of your favorite artists?
I'm a bit of an old head, so I listen to a lot of Tupac, Jeezy, 50 Cent. I have a little bit of the modern stuff with J. Cole, Kendrick Lamar, Little Baby, Drake, a lot of Drake, artists like that.
Okay, I like it. Hey, as we're trying to come out of this COVID-19 environment and get back outside with our friends and maybe your girlfriend, what's your shoe game looking like? Are you a big shoe guy or no?
Big shoe guy, man. My dad is a shoe junkie, man. We're a LeBron household. So I keep a new pair of LeBrons in the closet every year. 17, 16, 19, doesn't matter. I have a pair of LeBrons. Um, I'm really diverse when it comes to shoes, though. I have a lot of Nikes. I really um, Air Maxes. Um, I really don't wear too many Jordans. I'm not really a Jordan guy. I got a sprinkle of Jordans, but I have Adidas, Reebok, Sperry's. I can really wear it all. Have Vans. I'm really diverse when it comes to shoes.
Okay, sounds like your shoe game is strong. I like it. Hey, tell us, what do you do to give back to your community? Are you involved with your church? Are you involved with some nonprofits? What are you doing to give back?
Oh, very involved in church. Very involved in church. I coach my little brother's AAU team. I do that. We actually at the head, technically the head coach. I'm not. technically, because on paperwork I'm like over 18. I can't be the head coach, but for the most part, I am the head coach. I pick up trash time to time on with my granny's what was that not sorority group, but it's like a church group. They pick up trash, and I help with that. I give back. I do a lot of it's a clothing drive locally, so I give my 2 little clothes, my shoes. I gave like 5 pairs of shoes like last month to a clothing drive for kids that don't as not as fortunate as me, but I do a lot of that. Yeah, yes, sir.
That's awesome. That's awesome. I call this my dream scenario question. Let's say you have a great 3 or 4 years in college and you're in New York City at the NFL draft waiting for the commissioner to call your name. Who is sitting at your table waiting for your name to be called with you?
Ooh, I mean, my mom, my dad, Coach P, Coach Post, probably. Ooh, that is a tough one. That is a tough one. I have a lot of I had to bring my granny, well, my little brother. Outside of my family, if it a dream scenario, probably be like LeBron, J. Cole, Tyrann Matthews, Michael B. Jordan, like those guys.
You're gonna need a big table.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay. Hey, as we finish up here, tell these coaches, what is your life going to look like when football's over, whenever that is? Either it's after college or NFL. What do you want your life to look like?
I would like to be in my profession, my entrepreneurship. Like to be sitting comfortable, have my parents sitting comfortable in a house of their choice. I would like to be married with a beautiful wife, kids. Um, I would like to be owning some type of business, anything like that, to where I'm able to give back to the community, my locally, and things like that.
Okay. And last question, we finish up, and we appreciate your time. We talked about the elevator pitch on the call earlier. In 30 seconds, tell these college coaches why they should recruit you and what you're going to bring to their program.
Oh, yes, sir. I'm a workhorse. I criticize myself a lot. I take pride and very passionate. I'm a leader. I'm a leader first. I'm a God-fearing man. I heavily rely on the Bible. You know, I go to church a lot. I'm a I'm a very what is that? I have courage. I have determination. I take pride in a lot of my work, and very smart. I'm a student athlete, student first, honors student, top 10%. Just got inducted to the National Honor Society. I'm a vice president in that. Um, a lot of great things going for myself. I keep my head going first. Stay out of a lot of trouble. Won't see any referrals or minor infractions. If anything is a smiley, a frowny face on my report card or anything like that. So, yes, sir.
Well, great. Well, MJ, man, it's been great spending time with you, getting to know you better. Continue to be safe this summer. I look forward to seeing you on the sidelines of the game here coming up. If you need anything, please reach out to me and have a great rest of your day, okay?
Yes, sir. Thank you. Thank
All
you for the
right.
opportunity.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.